How is evidence authenticated for court admission? Imagine trying to solve a mystery where every clue must be proven real before it can be used. That's exactly what authentication does in court. It's the process of showing that evidence is what it claims to be. Without this step, even the most convincing evidence can be dismissed. The goal is to make sure the judge or jury trusts what they see or hear. The process isn't complicated but is very important. The person who wants to admit the evidence must provide enough proof to support a reasonable belief in its authenticity. This is called a prima facie showing, meaning just enough evidence to support the claim. Common ways to authenticate evidence include having a witness testify that they know the evidence is genuine. For example, if someone took a photograph, the photographer can say it's theirs and it's authentic. For physical items, establishing a chain of custody is key. This means showing a documented trail of who handled the evidence from collection to court. It helps prove the evidence hasn't been tampered with or replaced. Unique features or markings can also help authenticate evidence. Handwriting, logos, or specific identifiers can prove an item is genuine. Experts are often called upon to compare evidence. For example, handwriting experts can verify signatures or documents. Public records and official documents are usually self-authenticating if they meet certain legal standards. Sometimes, both sides agree to the authenticity of evidence beforehand, which is called a stipulation. Courts can also take judicial notice of facts that are widely accepted or obvious. Digital or electronic evidence needs special care. It must be shown that the data hasn't been altered and is trustworthy. If a computer stores data, showing that the data is intact is enough. But if the computer processes data, more proof might be needed. The rules for evidence, especially the federal rules of evidence, guide courts on authentication. The judge's role is to make sure the evidence meets these standards before it can be considered. Once evidence is admitted, flaws in authentication can affect how much weight the evidence carries, but not whether it can be used at all. Lawyers often gather and verify evidence before trial using tools like requests for production, depositions, or motions to resolve authentication issues early. Overall, authentication is about making sure the evidence is trustworthy and relevant. It helps the fact finder decide what to believe and ensures the trial is fair.